Hello, hello, hello. It's Knits for Sanity and welcome to my channel. If you have been a regular viewer for a long time, my apologies for my extended absence between being just overwhelmed with life and then of course that had me right into sickness. It's been a hot minute. So also you may hear it in my voice a little bit, particularly as I continue talking. So just straight up, I'm sorry I've been gone. And I'm sorry if I sound a little bit weird, but I am happy to be back. I got a lot of videos that I want to try and pump out for you guys, and I appreciate you being here. Along that note, so that I don't forget, please consider liking this video, subscribing to my channel. Any way you can support my channel is always very, very much appreciated. So what I am coming back with you now with is the completion of my drill replacement project, where I had parts 1 through 3, where I go through working on a canvas. The very first step, I show you like how I go about originally finding replacement drills, like options, and then part 2, I walk through how I figure out where those drills may work on my canvas. Part 3 was kind of more of an update, and finally part 4, this will be the shortest segment, and really it's just to come back and show you the final project and what it looks like and its final completion. So just for a brief, to jog your memory, this was my setup. All of these drills sitting out, these were my special drills that I used. These were my drills that came with my kit that I did a full replacement for them. And so I kept those handy too in case I needed them. Go back and watch I think it's my 3rd video. I go through and explain how I kitted up everything. So go back and watch those, but just a brief little refresher. This is what that kit up looked like when I got done with it. And if you recall, I'll go through, we'll just count real fast. I ended up using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 different replacement drills. And I did a full replacement of, I believe, 7 colors. I ended up doing a full replacement of. So, and that was not, some of those were changes along the way, and I did talk about that in my last video. So let's go ahead. We're going to look at the final canvas here. So here it is. This is a gorgeous canvas from Bella Art Diamonds. It was an absolute pleasure to work on. The quality was superior. And honestly, the price for getting a exceptionally high quality kit, licensed art, the price was very, very reasonable too. So go check them out if you are in the market to splurge and get yourself a real high-end canvas that is licensed art. Definitely go check out Bella Art Diamonds. But this is my finished product, and I really, really like it. So I'm just going to briefly go through and remind you of the places where I did do full replacement drills and my final thoughts on some of those things. So why don't we just start down here in the corner around this book lying on the floor. I did add special drills around the book. I used a crystal here, which is also the crystal that's seen up here on the rug. And then the one thing that I did is I originally was not going to use it to replace over here. This was not meant to be a full replacement, but I loved it so much over here. I went ahead and I used it behind here. And for a very long time, for a very long time after I completed this section, I was thinking, oh, I think I'm going to have to pull it up and replace it. I don't think I like it. But by the time it was all done, when I looked at it through, I made a video, just a short little clip showing the completed work. When I watched that video, I thought, we're going to leave it, because the way that I'd want to fix it is too complicated for me to be able to do that now. What I would do is if I were to do this canvas all over again from the beginning, is I would actually go through and I would decrease the size of this area. It is true to the original artwork. There is definitely a lighter patch sitting back here in the original artwork, but I think for diamond painting, I would have gone through and I would have just made this area smaller. But now that it's done, to go back through and do that, it's just too daunting. And I do like what it's doing, you know, like we get the impression of a shadow here behind the chair. So it's still, you know, it's still working. You're still understanding what is being represented here. So I am leaving it alone. But then there were some special drills that I added inside of the book here. Just a couple of special drills outside of the book here that I had added. And I will blow you up after each section, or attempt to, and try and show you close up so that maybe you can see those special drills and then inside of the book. So here were some ABs, here were some like fairy dust, and then here were some crystals on the outside. And like I said, that crystal that extended through this part of the rug, as well as back here to create that shadow behind the chair. Now, the books back here, I did quite a bit of replacement in these too. So obviously when you're this close up, it doesn't really look good. Like it doesn't really look like a set of books, but it is letting you see. I use gold replacement for the letters here, which originally this was 2 different colors, I believe, that were charted. And I just used straight gold in there. And I'll explain why I chose to do that in a minute. And then I did add some AB drills, both in pink and then in the blue. Those were some other drill replacements that I did. That blue is the same that was in the book on the other side of the rug. And it's the same blue that is found in the Ghost's reading chair. So yes, inside of the reading chair is where you see that blue continued. So why did I choose the gold? I did that very intentionally because I was using gold to replace, again, it was 2 different colors that were used in the lamppost. And I just went with solid gold instead of two separate colors. And I wanted to have somewhere else help draw out that gold, and that's why I chose to do that with the titles of these books. So the biggest change that happened was actually right here with this lamp, and I talked about that extensively. I looked at it, I saw like a Tiffany lamp, and so I really wanted to glitz up that lamp. It's also the center of our canvas, and this is where most of your lighting comes from inside of this picture. You do have some from the fireplace, but you know, if you have fireplaces, most of that light and shadowing effect is going to take place right outside of the fireplace. It's this lamp that's giving us most of the light features within this painting. So I thought, we're going to spice that up. That is what I'm going to really focus on blinging out. And so I did. In the end, there were an AB, this white AB that's around the outside of it, and I'll blow it up in a minute. That is original, but the gold is me, and I believe this yellow is me. And then the lampshade itself, it's a really deep navy blue that is like the outlining or like the iron spots in your Tiffany lamp. That's original. But then I went ahead and I used clear crystals and a glitter drill to work inside of this lamp. And I really, really like it. I mean, I really, really like it. I think it works. I love what it does to the painting. It brings some more life, some more fun. This really looks like, yep, that is the lighted feature of this kit. And it brings kind of like a vintage aspect. Like I picture this to be like an old mansion. And I feel like this is the kind of lamp that you'd see in an old mansion, right? Like for the most part, it's going to be dusty and moldy and dungy. But you're going to have like a couple of these like treasures in there. So I really, really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and blow you up. And you can see, so this is the lamp shade, what I did there. and this is the lamp base. I really, really like that. The ghost, he has some additional fairy dust drills in him, and it's all where the light is reflecting, including there are some fairy dust drills that is part of the light coming off from this lamp up here. And again, just where that light is directly hitting our ghost, you have some fairy dust drills. I'm not going to blow you up to look at that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Then over here in our fire, so our fire did have already a couple of AB drills present. All that I did is I added one more. I believe it was just one more AB drill, and it was the lightest yellow version is what I incorporated in here, which I believe is what also extends out here. It's the same yellow that I used over here in the lamp post, but I think it looks really, really good adding that. I also added, so that's like, I guess, the flames, the fire, but then the center of the fire, I did add some fairy dust drills too. Just, it ended up being very, very minor adjustments. Like I said, there are already 2 AB drills that were represented, kind of more of the orange and the darker yellow. But I just went ahead and I added some lighter yellow and then the white fairy dust drills over here. And I will blow you up so you can kind of see a little bit what I did in there, you know, with the fairy dust. And then some of these were what I added. I do actually feel like there were maybe 3 ABs. So yeah, I think that maybe there were originally 3 ABs and I added just 1 yellow over here and then the fairy dust. Looks really great. I think it looks more like popping fire. And again, being a light source inside of the painting, I really like that. And then the final place where there was a definite change, albeit minor, and this was another kind of last minute decision, is I did add just a few clear crystal drills in the family portrait sitting behind our little ghost friend here. And my thought behind doing that was, I was thinking like there could be like a pane of glass on this. So you'd expect to see some reflection from the light. And so I went ahead and I put those in there, and I don't mind it. It's one where I feel like it wasn't necessary. I could have kept it original, which would have been, where is that? Oh, I think it would have been the same color that was originally supposed to be in our lamp here. And it would have been fine. It would have been just fine. But I do like it. Like I said, it adds just a little something extra. But there you can see the actual placement of those. And that is it. That's the final product. It's so cute. It's just an adorable, adorable painting. Bella Art Diamond has several more kits by this same artist. And now I'm kind of addicted and I want them all because they are all so, so cute. They are that like cute, creepy, where it's predominantly cute, not really creepy, but it kind of gives you all those right vibes. So this was a really, really fun kit to do for October. I think I finished it right after November started. So it was like a couple days late. But definitely let me know your thoughts. Like I said, this was really mainly just to come back and touch base with you guys and let you see the final product. If you have any questions, obviously leave those for me in the comments. And if you haven't, you're going to want to go back through and watch the first 3 videos because that really explains how I did what I did and why I made the choices that I made. So that is everything for today. Thank you so much for joining me for another diamond painting series. I hope you found it helpful. And like I said, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel and sharing my content too. Well, guys, like I always say at the end of every video, but I say it because I really, truly mean it, please practice patience and kindness. The holidays are upon us, and people tend to be a little bit more stressed out. So just if you can show and demonstrate that patience and kindness when you're out and about doing your holiday shopping, that can make a huge difference in someone else's day. So, Please just be kind. And I hope that you are having a wonderful day yourself, and I'll see you again real soon.